Recording is happening. All right. So I've taken the last couple of days off of streaming mainly because I have been in Havoc's videos and I don't want to stream at the same time as him. And honestly, after both days, I kind of just didn't want to stream. So I'm back at it. Get a stream going here. So let's go ahead and do this button. So I'm going to go back to Yondu Danta, aka just Yondu, aka Mary Poppins, y'all. I played him on Havoc stream when Havoc was playtesting Age of Victory for the first time. I enjoyed him. I actually think I did the weird thing of not having any fuck ups, at least not that I saw. Probably not some overly optimal gameplay, but I certainly don't think I messed anything up. I enjoyed him for the most part. I thought he was pretty good. Actually, I'm trying to think if there was anything I didn't like. I don't think there wasn't really anything. So some updates for what I'm going to be doing next with streams. I'm probably going to do, after this game, another game of Yondu. I don't know if it'll be tonight or tomorrow or whenever. Just because honestly, I kind of like him. I was going to come back to Major Victory, and I'm not going to because I actually played another game, which would have been my fourth offline. And I kind of have everything that I need for him to actually. I've already turned in a grade for him. He passed, in my opinion. So I'm done with him, anyways. I'm done with all four of these. I've played my games with them. I've made my peace. Anything else? Anything else? I've played a game with Omen now. I've played 2 games with Mask. I'm going to come back and do Mask again because the creators Smooth and Manny, I think Smooth for the most part, since it comes off of his table, they re-uploaded a bunch of the stuff and they made a couple tweaks. And by the sounds of it, they made tweaks off of my video. And I want to clear something up real quick. I am not the arbiter of what is good and what is not, what follows rules and what is not. I have a very good understanding of the rules. I still make mistakes, of course, if you've ever watched my streams. But you don't have to change things based off of what I say. From what I understand, the changes that they made were because they even seemed to have a disagreement on how one of the cards worked, and they didn't realize they had that disagreement until my video came out, or one of my videos came out. So that in and of itself created some of the cards that needed to be changed. And also, if I understand, let me double check, see if I've got the current version. Yes, they have. I think Smooth specifically has gone through and updated the cards so that they are clear, which means I don't know if he did a batch upload or if he did something else. It looked like he was talking about using some other method to get a bunch of the cards uploaded at once. Either way, they look a lot better now. Where's my wrist sleeve? Here it is. I'm getting old. I don't even use my wrist sleeve for like any actual medical issues. I just use it because sometimes my wrist gets a little stuck in my mouse pad in my desk when I move it around. Anyways, so the only character in this, or characters I have not played in this so far, Ghost Rider and High Evolutionary. So I'm going to the plan is to get one more game after this in with Yondu, get one more game in with Mask, get 1 or 2 games in with Omen. We'll see, because I've only played Omen once myself, but I played it alongside Omen 2 or 3 times at this point. I've got a pretty damn good idea of what's happening with Omen, or at least I think I do. Ghost Rider, I'm going to do 2 or 3 times, depending on how it goes. If I mess up a lot in the first game, it'll probably be 3 games for sure. I'm probably only going to do 1 more game of Lady Deathstrike because I did one on Havoc stream, and I've played her probably 2 or 3 times outside of that. I have a good idea of what she's about and what she's doing. The interesting thing will be, I think every single time I've played against Lady Deathstrike, somebody else has been running the table. So I haven't had to personally keep track of all of what she's doing, just kind of worry about myself and maybe point out some things that are happening around me. I've never played against high evolutionaries, probably going to get 2 or 3 games, probably 3 games, because are villains more so than heroes, in my opinion, kind of have more randomness to them of what you may and may not see. So I will probably do 3 games with them, no matter how I feel about them, just to see how different things shake out each time. Um. Anyways, that's all of the notes I have for CAS up to this point. I'm going to be playtesting my Monet St. Croix, aka M, aka Penance. I playtested her for the first time. Was it yesterday or the day before on Havoc's stream? And I got a lot of notes for myself, or I made a lot of notes for myself, and I have made a lot of small and large tweaks to her kits. Um, she is a character. A lot of times, I'll have one or two ways of doing characters. I either go in fully prepared, or I run in like a bull in a china shop, and then with a general idea, and then I make the cards, I play test, and then I go, okay, here's what I'm going to change to make it all work the way I want to work, and then I go back in and have a better version of it. That's what I did with um, CAS-Hack for the most part. CAS-Hack, I kind of had a bit of a plan going into it of what I wanted, and then I trial and errored her out, and now I feel like she's amazing. Monet was a bit like that too. Actually, mostly like that. I didn't go in with any sort of plan with her. I just kind of made her, knowing I wanted to make her, and now she works. So her big changes are real quick. If you saw Havoc stream again, a lot of these will be completely new. Um, so before she started with 1 resource card, now she gets 2. Monet has been changed where she's dealing damage to each enemy that has a stun or confused status card when she changes form. Do I need to change the order of that? Does it go confused or stunned or confused? Doesn't matter. I can't look at Marvel CDB when, excuse me, like I normally would, because Marvel CDB seems to be having problems right now. So that's the change with her. The change with Penance is that I got rid of her piercing. I looked through the database and there are no heroes that begin with piercing, with the exception of X-23 and Wolverine, who get them through their upgrades. So I guess they kind of technically start with piercing, but at the same time, it's not on their hero. So I didn't want to put it on her hero. I didn't want her to be case number 1 of a character with piercing. She does still have retaliate. She does still pay additional for psionic cards, and she does still deal piercing on the villain phase. Other changes in her kit. I tweaked near perfection so that her hero form period gets retaliate 1. M will get steady, penance will gain piercing through near perfection, and then the hero response did not change on near perfection. Hold the line, the only change was that you now draw a card after you resolve it. Sudden rush, the change is that the penance attack on it deals 5 damage up from 4. Sonic pressure completely changed. I had wanted to incorporate something into her kit that kind of felt like the M ally card, and I failed to do that before. Now she's got it. So when she changes to M, if this is in play, she will confuse each enemy that has a equal to or lesser scheme than her thwart, and she will stun each enemy that has a lesser to or equal to or lesser than attack than her attack. She still has 2 copies of it. Controlled change. I noticed that I fucked up something on her art on it, so I fixed that. Also, each version of controlled change has a different printed resource on it. Unleash hell use cost when it's going to cost 0 from now on. There you can see another controlled change of the different resource. What else? Anything else? Return to Sender didn't get touched. I think that might be the only card in our whole kit that didn't get touched a single bit. That is everything. So, anyways, let's get on into this. First player will be Yondu Adanta. I've got crossbones over here, so we'll see how this goes. I got laser rifle first, which I'm completely fine with. Oh shucks, I can't retaliate him. I guess I just gotta get rid of him. Actually, that's kind of suck for Monet, but she can kind of get rid of that easily. So let's go ahead and get these hands. 4, 5. It is 6, right? 6, absolutely. Thank you. I don't know why I did that. 6 cards. Oh, new near perfection. Oh, this doesn't count towards my hand size. All right, I am going to be discarding a decent amount here because I want to see if I can get the Yaka arrow and Tale. Though Tale's not as big of a deal because it's free and I don't have to exhaust myself. If I get Yaka arrow in my opening hand, that is great. Also, since last time I played Yondu, at least on my table, he now has a precon, his aggression precon in his box, which I'm all for. Ooh, Ravager. So this was before the only card of his that I was not a big fan of. I think Havoc wasn't a big fan of too because it kind of created this new counter that neither of us were a big fan of. But I think it'll be okay. I didn't get his cards that I wanted, but that's okay because he can get them himself. Do I need to get rid of anything from hers? I don't think so. I got 2 hold the lines, which sucks. I got a advanced suit for the no X23s I have. Now the thing with Monet is that she will probably be best played in either aggression or justice, where she can pump up her stats. That way she gets better results on her upgrade. But she also has a little bit of versatility in with leadership. So I'm gonna be playing her leadership. I just had this very paranoid thought to me when Mike wasn't on, but it's on, it's fine, it's good. Anyways, let's get on into this. So off rip, I'm gonna summon Tale, which is find. Oh, there it is. I was about to type it in. Does it have its? Yes, it does have its title. They're all named, right? Thank you. Thank you for naming your cards. I'm gonna exhaust to summon Yaka. So off rip, both of these cards need to fucking go out. Dirty tough. Then if you have it in your hand, draw a card. I might actually hold on. I do actually still have it in my hand. I'm gonna spend 1 on tough mother lover. I get a tough status. I have Yaka in my hand, so I draw a card. I have 2 Twirling Whirlwinds. I have a Ravage, which I think is a decent card. I just don't think I need it right now. I'm gonna flip. This is attached to nobody, by the way. Until now. Attach it here, which does 1 damage to him. I kind of want to Twirling and Whirling, but I'm not gonna. I kind of want to take that, but that required me to get rid of 2 Twirling and Whirlings. Actually, no, it would make me get rid of a Twirling and Whirling so I could jackpot. We're both Twirling and Whirlings. I mean, 7 damage is 7 damage. If I want to do a Twirling and Whirling, I would get 4 movements. So it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, which would heal me in an amount that I don't need to be healed. I would deal him 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. See, we got to math when we think about the cost benefit of moving his stuff versus just hitting him with a take that. So 7 damage. That'll be all. That'll be all, pig. This is energy fisty. Cool, cool, cool. All right, Monet, Monet, Monet. Monet, Monet. So off rip, I have the advanced suit, which is an amazing card. But I don't have it's in here for X23 and X23 alone. I love this card in X23. I love X23. She's probably my favorite. One of my favorites basic aspect heroes. They're not basic, but aspect heroes, excuse me. What do I want to do here? I think I spend the 2 of these to get near perfection out. So I get retaliate 2 now when I'm in penance form. I'm going to flip. I will attack for 2. I think I'm going to spend both of these to hold the line out. This will then ready me. I will then attack for 2. I will then unleash Hell, which will ready me and draw me 2 cards because I'm M. I will then attack for 2. This isn't forced, is it? Nope. I will then get a Mega to Ready to Rumble. I cannot change to Penance, so Ready to Rumble will not do anything for me right now, but it can later. Also, I completely forgot to get rid of this, which means it's going to pierce off the toughness. The last 2 cards in my hand, is energy and energy. And I'm going to get rid of it. All right, so anyways, that's going to end player phase. 5 for M. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Whistle while you work. Chiaka era to Yondu. Ready Yondu on the Tale upgrade. That is one of my favorite cards in his deck. And now I draw X23 after I get rid of that fucking card. God damn it. Alright. 1, 2. Attacks Yondu, who I think I'm actually in defend with. Let's defend. He's got 2 attack. Shit. Well, let's defend. 1 damage. Son of a bitch. Attacks M. M will take it for 2. And 2. Because he attacks again. I'm going to babysit my sisters. Jesus Christ, I did shuffle this because we got those first. So him. I cannot exhaust him in Alter Ego, so I have to do the other. Discard the Yaka upgrade, which means I'm going to be flipping down. And exhaust Tale. And then this is still around. Well, that sucked some ass. Over here to Monet. Well, now Monet is going to do something that Monet can do. She is going to search her deck and discard pile for a resource card. Which, because she can hold 2 of other heroes' resources, she got Jackpot. I'm extremely tempted to just go ahead and use Jackpot and put this out, get rid of that. I do not. I'd have to spend strength otherwise. I have to spend strength and Endurance. Ooh. I think actually I'm going to use Jackpot to get rid of this. It sucks, but it is what it is. This way I can spend whatever the hell I want to on X23. That Danger Room training is kind of in here for Sabretooth. X gonna give it to you. Get this for Endurance. I'm going to flip to Penance. We'll get rid of Ready to Rumble to Ready. I will then attack for 2 as Piercing. And I still have Hold the Line. I have Near Perfection. That'll end. Do I want to? Nah, I'm not going to attack with X23. She's a minion killer. That's going to end her turn. To Yondu. Well, Twirling Rolling doesn't do a fucking thing now. Whistle While You Work doesn't do a fucking thing now. Oh, it's not in play. Summon it and add it to your hand instead. I might actually Whistle While You Work to get it. It won't ready Tale if I do that, but at least I'd get it without changing form. Which actually doesn't do. I have to exhaust to get it. 1, 2 to Whistle While I Work to get this in my hand. Yeah, that is a thing. Bug is always fun, but I actually last time I played Yondu, I didn't basic attack a lot. Now I can twirl and whirl in for 1 and smack him with it, but I don't think I get rid of Surprise Move. That's actually not a bad card. I think Yondu's turn is done. It kind of got fucked a little bit. 1, 2. Ooh, Groot. I am Groot. Jesus Christ. All right, 1, 2. Tax Penance. I don't have any attack events to make use of that. I'm going to defend for 3. I take no damage. I retaliate for 2. And yeah. Attacks Yondu. Yondu will. He might actually take this. I might actually take this. I'm going to take it. I don't have a support, so you can suck my butt. 1 damage. I just say for the record, I like these counters, but I don't like these counters. They seem, for starters, they seem kind of meh on whether or not they register the clicks at times, but they also sometimes lag after you click them, which is really weird. I do think I've noticed that they don't have an issue of not loading with the numbers. They always seem to load in with the numbers at least, but I still don't know if I'd like them. Anyways, encounter. Guard. Almost gave him toughness. The one attacks me. He does not have a weapon, so it does not surge. He attacks me for 1 plus this. I still think I'm going to take it. 2 damage. First player. So I can whistle while I work. Again. Let's. My headset is informing me that I have a low battery. So let's plug this in real quick. That's what I get for playing Repo for 4 hours and then listening to music until I streamed. So we attach that to him. This does 1 damage to him. Do I whistle while I work, which will attach it back to me. It'll ready me and Tale. I think I do, actually. Twirl and Whirlin won't get a ton of value right now. So I think what I do is I attack with a surprise move. So I attack for 4. I will then spend... I kind of want to play Groot. So we'll overpay for Whistle While You Work, which returns it to me, which deals 1 damage to Crossbones. And heals me for 1. Readies myself, readies Tale. This is only my next attack, right? I barely ever use this. Oh, it would ready me. Well, it doesn't matter because I was going to get ready anyways. +2 for that attack. All right. I never use surprise attack. I will then Tale the Yaka arrow back onto him for 1 damage. I will thwart for 2. And that will end his turn. 2 penance /M. Well, I've got victims here. This question is, what do I want to do here? I have options. I think getting the X-Jet is one of her best options available to her, though. I hate getting rid of Mirage. I actually really like Mirage. Getting the X-Jet is kind of what it is. Do I do it now? I think I do. I think I'm going to Sonic Pressure. I'm going to change into M, which will confuse each enemy that has a equal to or less than scheme in my thwart. So confuse him, and then stun each enemy that has an equal to or less than. And then, after you change this form, deal 2 damage to each enemy that has a stun or confuse status card. So 2 here. This only stops me from attacking, and this is not an attack. So 2 damage here. I will then... Oh, near perfection happens, which readies me. X23 will attack this poor idiot and kill him, which gives me one of these. It readies her. She has 1 damage on her. I will then... remove 2 off of Bane. And then attack for another 3 onto the villain. And that will end her turn. Saber-tooth. Ooh, team conditioning. That'll keep her alive a little longer. To bring it. Cool. 1, 2. Attacks Yondu is stunned. Attacks M. M will take this, but first the machine gun for 2. And then proper attacks. She'll take it. For 2, 3 damage. I'll take that. I could have returned to sendered it, but it would have only been 1 damage. Getting up, the villain each minion engaged with me attacks me. Well, fuck you. So machine gun, 1 damage. The attack. Do I defend? I think I kind of need to defend here. For no damage, but he gets a tough status. Over here, take 1 indirect damage for each for his attack, right? Yep, which is 2. So 2, 4 goddamn damage. Crossbones assault. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ouch. You gotta love crossbones sometimes. I have the resources. I have the meat. Off rip heal 4. I'm going to search my deck or discard pile for a resource and add it to my hand. Jackpot. We're going to use Jackpot to get Sabretooth out. I will then spend 3 for team conditioning. Whoever made this card, I need you to go in and edit this and put your fucking name on the card. I don't know who did this. No clue. But this is something that FFG should have made, and it's a shame they haven't. It's a great card. It really is. Oh, this is gone. So X-23 can attack for 3, which has on piercing, and this motherfucker. Yeah, she needs to be down for now. She's only at half health. Yeah, that's an underturn. Groot. I say that, and Groot might actually enter play. Hold on. My time's gonna bounce. So I have 4 resources if I do this. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually not bad. That heals me twice. Let's spend 4 resources to Trollin and Whirlin, which will then do 1, which will knock his stuff off. Heal me for 1. 2, which will hit him for 1. 3, hit him for 1. Heal me for 1. 4, hit him for 1. Tale, hit him for 1. Heal me for 1. I was about to flip down, but I actually don't fucking have to now. The only problem is I am exhausted, which means I can't do anything about this. I can't do anything about this. I still have Groot in my hand, which is where you don't want to have Groot. Kind of want Groot out. End turn. I don't think she has enough resources in her hand. One, two, 3. Tries a scheme, but is confused. Attacks machine gun first onto Yondu for Uno damage. That means 1. And then attacks proper. I do not have defense. So I'm actually going to take this like I normally do. 2 damage. Encounter and then encounter. I don't think I've seen it advance yet. Ooh, this will get 5 on it. And then this guy. This poor loser. Look at this idiot. This moron. Why do I have all the cards in my hand that I want to have in my... that I want to play? Like, take that. Awesome card. Aggressive conditioning. Awesome card. I am pained to have to think that I'm going to fucking get rid of Ravager Redshirt again. But I think I'm going to, actually. Yeah, let's cheap shot. Cheap shot the villain. Oh, wait, he doesn't have the Yaka on him right now. Hold on. I don't remember what the 3 cards were, but Tale to Yaka Arrow, which will ping him for 1. And then we spend these to cheap shot him for a stun and a 6, right? This is the stun. Stun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still have Groot in my hand. I will remove 2 off of main and then flip down. And that'll end his turn. Over here. Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a fucking resource. 3 looks like it gets me Phoenix. Just saying. So let's get Jackpot in my hand. I'm going to heal for 4. Flip to... Do I flip to M? I do flip to M. Flip to M. I deal 2 damage to each enemy with a stun or confused status card. Works well with you, Yondu. Look at you go. I'm going to spend 3 on Psylocke. She chooses an X-Men. Oh, she has to choose an X-Men ally real quick. In that case, let me attack for 2 with Wolverine. Also, or not Wolverine. I said Wolverine. Sabretooth. Now Phoenix comes in. He readies Sabretooth, or she readies a Sabretooth. Excuse me. And heal 1 damage from him. Okay, that's what he needs. Sabretooth will attack again for 2. Sabretooth is actually going to probably fucking finish this right now. We're going to Psychic Kicker to ready Sabretooth. He now actually has 1 damage on him. And then he's going to attack for 4. And then we're going to give X23 the love here. Actually, if I Unleash Hell, I ready, and then I can do it myself. Let's Unleash Hell. Ready. Draw 2. And then attack for 2. And crossbones dead shit. Well then, that was very quick. As in, I spent like 11 minutes talking at the beginning of this game, and then I went through 2 phases of crossbones. Did I give him his full health when he changed over? I think I did, right? I gave him 28 health, and I beat him that quickly. It kind of helps that he didn't get his body armor out a single time. I might actually play the both of them again and go against somebody else, because I kind of want to keep playtesting her a little bit. And I want to give Yondu 1 more game. That was incredibly fast. Now, who do I playtest against? Do I go against Clow? Do I go against Unis? Dickus Erectus? Or, excuse me, it's not that. Biggest Dickus? I'm thinking of Rictus Erectus from Fury Road. Resources. Save those up. So I'll have to go through the hero packs again. Yeah, let's grab my stream table and load it up again. We'll do 1 more Yondu game. I do think he plays really well in aggression, because aggression has those cards that just destroy the life out of anybody who has an attachment on them. Let's grab... I don't think Unis, if I remember correctly, Unis doesn't have a lot of minions. So maybe I grab Clow. I mean, Call doesn't have a lot of minions, but he has minions. Clow. I don't know what that pop-up is. The little screen that pops up. I don't know why it does that. $24. You get to see some of the workings of me setting up a table. Let's grab Yondu. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's grab this. Grab this. Grab this. This. Ignore this, because I know he has the old one in here, and I kind of would rather use that. Yes, it doesn't load in with the hit points. Why is it loading with 17 hit points, though? That's a bit odd. Yondu. And I'm gonna grab M again. Playtest her some more. So last game, I got a decent amount of value out of switching between the two of them. Of course, it ended so fucking quick. I didn't mean to open this. I'm going to open this to get M's leadership, and then those two M resource cards. We're in a 45 card hero deck, which is kind of like the limits of where I am comfortable playing a deck at. I know I can go up to 50. I don't like going up to 50. Banished Nicole Claudette. Gets nice and shuffled. Get this. Guard tough. Draw hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6. Off rip. Got the Yaka, that's good. Actually, probably don't need to. Yeah, I don't think I need to mulligan this at all. Because I can get Yaka out there. I can take that on something. Yeah, that's actually good. All right, what have we got here? I am down to get rid of these 3 cards. Sorry, allies. I'm playing a leadership deck, getting rid of allies. Ingenuity! That's what we're going to see. It's not like I said ingenuity. I didn't. Nuity. Excuse me. Nothing else needs to be done up here. Nothing else needs to be done down here. I'm going to take a swig of raspberry tea. All right. So, off rip. Let's get Tale. Well, guess what we're putting into play, boys? Tale. Question is, what do I start getting rid of here for these cards, huh? I don't want to get rid of Jackpot, because Jackpot is great when you have a resource card in your hand and the Yaka arrow out. I think I get rid of Surprise Move to Yaka. This only stops me from attacking. So the Yaka arrow can ignore guard. On the flip, we will then attach the Yaka here, which will deal him 1 damage. Oh shit, it does actually stop to take that though, which is the issue. Ooh. Let me rethink this then. Let me give him his health back. Let's Tale the Yaka arrow onto the armored guard, which will knock the tough off. I will then spend. I think I have to spend take that right now. 3 for aggressive conditioning. Hit this guy for 3 to defeat him. And then attach it to an enemy, your identity, or add it to my hand. We'll then attach it to Claw, which will then deal the 1 damage. Okay, so I lost on some damage because I forgot that motherfucker had guard on him, but that's just what it is, I guess. That'll end Yondu's turn. Monet St. Croix. So off rip. I want to feel smart. I want to feel like a bad bitch. I think I get Scimitar out. But at the cost of what? I guess these 2. For the Scimitar. Now I will change into... I'll change into Monet so I can start removing this, or do I want to change into Penance so I can be prepared to defend myself? I think I change into M. Let me track my max health here. Let me track my max health here. Change into M, remove 2. Nobody's stunned or confused, so I don't get that. Yeah, end turn. A lot simpler turn than I had last time, but you know, that's just what happens. Oh shit, I forgot to get her a I spent 2 on scimitar. I would have definitely kept this. Let's get these back, man. I forgot that I could have grabbed a resource card. Yes, over there is where I wanted you. So I would have kept this. What's on the bottom? Both of these are good cards. We kept both of these. Because I needed that for ingenuity. I would have grabbed a... Probably would have grabbed a basic resource. So let's grab Genius. Because I didn't have anything in my hand that cost me 3 to put out there. So now I still have these. And now I'm going to draw my new hand. Shuffle this, draw 3. Okay, so a bit retconning there. So I've got these in my ability. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, got to invest again. All right, over here. 1, 2. Tax Yondu. He's going to take it. We got 2 damage. Again, another top of the deck fucking obligation. Attacks M. M is going to take it as well. I do have a return the sender if this hits. No, I don't have return the sender. What the fuck happened? Did I just accidentally spend my return to... Oh, that's right. It was part of the cards I drew. Or... No, it wasn't. I kept that card. I kept that card. Oh, let me do this real quick. I kept that card because I knew I was going to get attacked. Where's return the sender? Get myself a return the sender. We'll just give myself 5 new cards around, or 4 new cards around it. Oh my goodness, I got rid of the wrong cards. There, 4 new cards. I accidentally threw them away from this side instead of this side, which is where they draw into. All right, so attacks me. I'm going to take it. 0 into 3 damage. Do I return the sender 3 damage back to him? I think I do. Spend that for return the sender. Deals it all, cancels all boost icons. 1, 2, 3. It is a psionic, so 1, 2. Encounter and an encounter. Hey, asshole. I'm attacked again. Is this a retaliate one? Attacks me again. And I'm going to actually take this one for just 2 damage. First player. It kind of sucks to not have a first turn fucking near perfection. Put that on me. Use this. Deal myself 1 damage to get endurance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I just also remembered something else I forgot to throw in here, which is this. Actually, or did I? Did I throw team conditioning in here? God damn, I'm losing my mind. Team training. Is this named? It's not even named. Let's look again. It is not in there. You know what's in here now? Fucking team conditioning. I'm half tempted to flip down in the alter ego form to get jackpot to get rid of that. I don't have 2 resources right now. So I think I'm going to remove the 2 threat here. I'm going to flip down. I'm going to search for jackpot. Add to my hand and shuffle this. All right. Yondu, Yondu, Yondu. So I'm going to spend these 2, sorry, Throg, to get invest out. That's Tale to bring this onto myself. We'll deal him 1 damage, heal me 1 damage. I will then remove 2 off of main and end my turn. Three here for 4. Oh my goodness, she is fucking set up. Schemes for 4. Attacks. Taking it. Exhaust each ally control has, suck it. So just the 1 damage. Encounter Tigre Shark. And I'll exhaust myself. I don't have a lot of value in Cosmo. With Cosmo and decks that I do not know what I'm getting. What do I want to do here? If I invest, I don't get to do all of them. That's a shame that I don't get to do all of them. I mean, I could invest with Jackpot on it and draw 5, like pretty much a fucking brand new hand. Yeah, let's do that. Let's Jackpot, looking for trouble in Cosmo, along with invest. That is 4 resources to draw 5 cards. 4, 5. Ooh, trolling and rolling. I like Godslayer, but I don't think I need it entirely because I don't do a lot of basic attacking with this. I'm going to spend 3 on Groot. Let's move it down here to signify it's attached to me. I'm going to Tale to move the Yaka arrow onto Tiger Shark, which will deal him 1 damage. I will then spend. There we go again with Ravager Red Shirt is an objectively good card. Ravager Red Shirt is fodder, so I can whistle while I work. I'm going to whistle while I work, which is attach the Yaka upgrade to myself, which will heal me. Deal 1 damage to Tiger Shark. Ready myself, ready Tale. I will then exhaust Tale to move the Yaka arrow here. Also, I heal 1 because it hit me. I'll then attack the Tiger Shark, which will defeat him, which moves this over here, which hits him for 1. I do not have any resources available to me at all because I want to fight dirty. Fight dirty is an excellent card. I think that ends his turn. Over here to Monet. I'm tempted to heal, but I don't have to heal. I'm going to change. We don't have a status card out right now. Shit ass. I think I have to go Monet so I can remove threat. Let's go Monet. I will then Jackpot. Get rid of that. I will then. Sabretooth is always good. Sabretooth is always good. All the lines good. Sudden Rush is good. I'd be 1, 2, 3 to Sabretooth. I will then Sabretooth for 2. 1 here. I will then spend 2 to Sudden Rush the villain. I stun an enemy and deal 4 damage to it. And then that heals Sabretooth by 1. This is not psionic, so I do not get Scimitar proc. I do not have enough resources for all the line, which is fine because I'm not Penance. I will then remove 2 threat off of main. End under turn. Three. God damn, he's got fight 30 and cheap shot. He ain't messing around, except he can't play them both. 1, 2. Goes to attack, but is stunned. Attacks M. M isn't going to catch bullets this time, but she kind of doesn't fucking need to. She's going to take it for 4 damage. That's rude. Encounter, encounter. Villain schemes for 2. Whirlwind. Another asshole on me. Over here. Okay, we've got some fucking options. I'm going to spend 2 for team training. I'm going to spend 1 on danger room training. I'm going to spend 1 on inspired. I'm going to... I think I go to penance. So I can be prepared to defend myself. Let's go to penance. I'm going to attack Whirlwind. Sabretooth will attack Whirlwind for 4. What's his hit points at now? It's weird having like a semi-Voltron deck because I'm not actually running like Sidekick or anything like that. So 4 normal, 1 from there, and 1 from there. No psionic cards, so I don't get scimitar. Yeah, that's gonna end turn there. Yondu. I forgot I had Groot. Nowhere is a good card, but do I play it? I don't think I do. I think I cheap shot him. I'm gonna cheap shot him, which will stun him, and then deal 6 damage. I will then don't even really need the Tale right now. You know what? I could have called for action and moved that off beforehand onto like him or something like that. I would have done more damage. Would have had like a lot more value on it. That's something I never think about when I play 2 hands, is thinking out a turn for the other hand. But Tale to return this to me, which will hit him for 1. I will then attack him for 3. Um, I think that ends his turn. Yeah. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3 is stunned on penance, attacks Yondu. Groot will defend for 1 damage. So Groot takes no damage, and then he heals back to full health. Then the weapons owner smacks me for 1, which is perfectly fine. Encounter and encounter. This card can suck my fat ass. I'm not running a ton of psionic cards, except this. Except for this. Immediately, I have this. I guess I'll get rid of clarity purpose, actually. Jesus Christ, I had plans. All right, first player. I mean, let's just go ahead and draw a card. Ravager. So if I twirl and whirling, I can do it 4 times, which means it would end on me, and then Tale could do it. Let's let's Tale to move this over here. Hit him for 1. I'm then going to I feel bad for Ravager or Ravage. 2 for Fight Dirty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Confuse. I will then remove 2 threat off of Mortal Claw. So the twirling and rolling bounce isn't going to happen, but I did deal 6 damage to him. That's going to end his turn. To this bad boy. Let's get myself this. Sabretooth will attack. Oh yeah, status went out, so he heals. Attack him, so he heals 1. I will then spend 3 on Phoenix. Phoenix will ready Sabretooth and heal him for 1. I will flip to M. Actually, before I flip, I can put Sonic Pressure out. So let's do that. Sonic Pressure. I will flip to M. I confuse everybody that has an equal to or less than scheme and stun everybody who has an equal to or less than attack. Stuns him. And then I flip to M. And now I'll deal 2 damage to each stun or confused enemy. I will then not having near perfection kind of sucks. I'm going to use Phoenix to remove 2 off of this. He's actually got 3 thwart. If I knock it off of main, then he would not go to the next stage. Let's work for 3 with my super smart Sabretooth. That will also I played this, but I played it not as a hero. I played it on my yeah, that's a shame. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, he removes a 3 off of that, and that will end player phase. I've had this poor card in my hand for 5 turns now. Got some twirling and whirling in here. Actually, let's get rid of one of the twirling and whirlings. I think next round I'm going to twirl and roll the shit out of this board. Everything's ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Attacks, but is stunned. Attacks. Groot will defend for this attack. Does not have the bullet catcher in here. This is 2 and a discarded card. So 3 damage. 1, 2, and then discard a random card from this hand, which is watch it be twirling and whirling. It's Gamora. It's Gamora. And then attack. Oh, we already did the attack on M. This card tough. Discard until we get a Masters of Evil. Whiffs. Over here. All right. We have decisions. Off rip. Get rid of this to deal him 10 damage. I'm going to change to penance. I will then... Oh, this is gone. And now I have to spend 2 if I want to control change. So let's spend 2 to control change back to M. As part of this card, we stun a minion. Although I probably could have used this to go to penance and done 2 damage to an enemy. And then just changed over and dealt damage to stun and confuse enemies. So I changed back to her, knocked off tough, did 2 damage here. I'm going to... Oh, that's a Sonic card, so this procs and does 2 damage to an enemy. Let's do it here. I will remove 2 threats off of this. He heals 1 for the stun going out. He then removes 3 threat off of main. I will then Psychic Kicker to ready him. He gets +2/+2. You can remove 5 threat off of this. That'd be pretty fucking funny. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I flip down knowing that he is confused? He has a fresh deck, which means he has advances in here. I think I'm going to. I think I have to. Use my action to get the obvious choice of Jackpot back into my hand. And then I'm going to actually spend Jackpot to hold the line out. Yondu! Yondu likes fondue. Let's Tale to myself. That will heal me, deal 1. I will then spend... So 3 would ready Yondu and Tale. Let's remove the last threat off of this. I almost removed something from something else. If I spend 3, which would be these 3, I would ready Yondu and Tale. However, if I just twirl and whirl, I just move the Yaka arrow anyways. I wouldn't have to worry about myself. I wouldn't get threat removal. But I do think that is okay. Let's twirl and whirl in for 3. So we're going to 1, 2, 3. And that will end turn. Connection to the War Mine doesn't count against my hand size. 1, 2, 3. Confused against M. Attacks Yondu. Oh, it's a good thing I have this Groot dude. For 1 damage. 2 damage, excuse me. And then Groot heals 2. Then this guy's stunned. Encounter and encounter. Are tough. Ooh, we get his nemesis again, twice. Excuse me. Havocing over here. This enters play. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe this enters play when revealed. Yeah, find the Sun Sword Gun Arm. I hate the name. I hate the name. Not that it's a bad name. I just can't fucking say it. So, attached to Saverick, he gets overkill. And if he has less than 2 hit points, we get rid of this. Okay. After friendly characters defeated, heal 1 damage from Saverick. He's not in play. It doesn't matter. All right. That is all the revealing. First player here. Got another twirling and whirling that I'd be able to do for 4 this time. However, Saverick kind of stops me a little bit. If I spend 4 resources, I draw 5 cards. I'm just saying. I like whistle while you work, but also like drawing 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's get this. Come on, game. Listen to daddy. Jesus Christ. All right. What do I got here? What do I got here? I have 3 attack is what I got here. If I play Bug, if I move this over to him and then surprise attack him, he's dead as shit. Let's Dale this onto Saverick, which will hit him for 1, deal 1 damage here. Then I will already forget what I was going to do. Oh yeah, surprise attack or surprise move. Let's spend 1 for surprise move, which gives me 5 attack against him. He's dead as shit. Then we'll move this to the armored guard, which kills him. And then we move this to him. And then I could do whistle or twirling and whirling for 3. Could have also returned it to my hand, but I don't value that so much. Bug is still a good card, but let's twirl and whirling for 3. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. And that'll end his turn. To Monet, Monet, Monet. Okay, this round. It's that. Can't heal myself. Kind of what I wanted to do. Let's spend 3 resources to get the X-Jet. I can't danger room train this guy because he's already got 1. Phoenix has 2 hit points left on her, right? I think I'm gonna return to sender. I kind of need to keep that. Let's not actually shit. Let's do this to get near perfection. I will then flip to where are they exhausted? Are they exhausted? Did I not ready? Did I actually not ready myself? I didn't ready myself. I would then heal for 4. And then flip. I think to her is a good idea. She's not going to get anything out of her stunning everybody, but it's just what it is. Let's unleash him. Ready, draw 2. Where's X23 when I need him? Okay, or excuse me. Use this to get danger room training on Psylocke, who now has 5 health. Psylocke will remove 3. Sabretooth will now remove 3, I think, off of main. I will remove 2 off of this. I will Psychic Kicker onto Sabretooth. Sabretooth will then attack. Do I thwart for 5, actually? Yeah, let's thwart for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She had 3 damage? I think she is, actually. And that will end turn 3. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus Christ to bring it. 1, 2, 3. Attacks Yondu. Well, guess what Groot's out here for? So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 heals 2. Then 1 damage each hero. Attacks M. M will take it for 1, 2, 3. And then this guy. So do I actually want to return the... Yeah, let's return to center this. So I hit him back for 2. I take 1 from the attack instead of 3. And then he gets retaliated against for 1. This guy attacks me for 1. He gets retaliated against for 1. We will then send the Aka arrow to the weapons runner, which hits him for 1. The weapons runner then attacks, hits me for 1. He gets retaliated against for 1, and he's defeated, which bounces the arrow to the villain for 1 damage. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. This and this. Let's search for Melter. Is Melter discarded? I don't think he is, but let's check. Nope. Hi, Melter. Hey, buddy. The villain attacks me. Actually, I'm going to do some position and just fucking take this. For 3 damage. Over here, sound manipulation. I take 2, he heals 2. I thought I might finish this round. I might not be able to now. Over here. Okay, let's do this. What do we got here? Controlled change. I got X fucking 23 again. Let's... I'm going to change to... and change the penance, which does nothing. I will then spend 1, 2 to change to M off of controlled change. I stun a minion, which heals Sabretooth. And then I deal 2 damage to each enemy with a status card. And I played one of my cards. Actually, I would have attacked his penance first for 2 damage. That way, I get this, which readies me. And I played a Psionic, which does an additional 2 damage. And then I have the duo in my hand, and it doesn't matter because the game's over. I'm going to attack for 2. Attack for 4. Lag. And attack for 2. And game over. All right. M actually feels really good. I don't know if she's too strong. I don't think she is. She does a ton of stunning, which I might need to scale back on a little bit. But against, like, actually, she nerfs Steady and Stalwart. This only hits minion. She doesn't have a ton of default stunning, so I actually think she might be fine. She might be fine. All right. Anyways, let's do our final for Yondu. Let's get his cards out. Twirling and whirling. He was surprisingly simple to play, actually. Normally, decks with a gimmick are a bit tougher to play. He's not that hard to play. You just have to, like, kind of math up how many times you move the fucking arrow in a turn. There's also probably some priority stuff that actually, that's actually one of the, I think one of the good things about them is this is a good litmus test to see how people prioritize damage and what you do. Because you do kind of have to choose between doing like high amounts of damage with things like take that, or moving the arrow around so that you can get heal and do smaller amounts of damage. So there's a good litmus test there for where you get value out of. Melter, you didn't matter in the end, buddy. You were melted. All right, so this will probably be the last game. Well, last game I played for the cast cycle. I actually really like this deck. I would think I would pass him. Um, that being said, I'm probably done with him for the cast cycle. I would play him outside of it. I definitely think I would. I should like set up my own like table that I don't. That's like not public, just of other players' decks that I would want to play again. I should probably do that. Anyways, um, let's start with his upgrade since he does not have a set ally. These are three upgrades, right? All right. So actually, before we start those, his ability. After first turn, this is a bit useless unless you get caught off guarded, in which case you kind of need to flip down because you cannot survive without Tale and Yaka arrows, speaking of which, Yaka arrows over here. I thought I was missing something. He feels strong as long as he has Tale and Yaka out. If he doesn't have them out, he either one of them for whatever reason, he immediately drops tears in strength. Tears as in he's crying as he's losing his strength. It is he is so dependent on that engine working. I lost Yaka Arrow in the game that I played with Havoc, and that was a debilitating experience. Which I imagine it would be for Yondu, actually. That's probably pretty thematic. That arrow, I don't know the comic book character. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of Guardians. I did really enjoy the Guardians movies, but I don't care about the comics. So I don't know too much about Yondu. I don't know how his fighting skill is without the arrow. I don't know how it is without his Tale, which I imagine I'm saying right. Usually EI gives you that A. But yeah, I mean, it's the recovery is great. The hit points, I mean, he's a tough mother lover, so 10 hit points sounds about right. His interrupt here is part of that engine. It is not overpowered. It is strong, but it definitely would not say it's overpowered. Um, because the Yaka arrow itself doesn't do a fucking thing. So the Yaka arrow, I barely actually. I honestly I forgot about his +1 attack, +1 thwart. Um, you move it around so much, and in my opinion, it always feels better to not have it on him at the end of the turn. I can deal with losing the +1 thwart, +1 attack. Um, you getting to attach it when the enemy is defeated is great. Yaka Arrow is a core part of his engine. Same with Tale. These are core parts of his engine. They feel great. You really need to have both of them. I struggle to think of a time when I'd be. Oh yeah, that's right. I did think about this. If you have this in your hand at the beginning of your at the end of your alter ego turn, so that's in your hand at the beginning of your next one, then you can spend it and get it back. Outside of that, the double resource on it is not really needed, but if you do have those instances pop up where you had to retrieve it from your discard pile, you have double resources available to you. So actually, as weird as it is to have double resources on Tale, I am thoroughly okay with it. I think it's good. Ravage. So you gain overkill against an enemy that has a wound on it. I think this is a decent card. I just don't value it. This is my not value royal. I I don't think that matters too much for him. It's nice to have. It's just one of those cards that maybe the second time you play through the deck you want to put it out there, but otherwise it's kind of who cares, in my opinion. This is by no means an awful card. I just don't value it. Invest also kind of has this issue. It it I put it in this tier, the good tier. There are there are a lot of turns where it just kind of sits there and waits for you to have a hand where you're like, I can invest 4 resources to draw 5 cards, or I can invest 3 to get this, or invest 2 to get this. It's going to have a lot of turns where it's sitting out there doing nothing, and then when you have the ability to use it, it feels great. It's just a good card though. Ravager Redshirt. I didn't play this a single time. At the same time, I think it's a good card. It's limited in its use in the same way that what is Valkyrie's card? I'd look, but I think the website might. No, the website's back up. What is Valkyrie's card? Valkyrie. One of my favorite characters, and I can't stand her deck. Is it Shield Maiden? Yeah, Shield Maiden, where she gets +2 defense when enemy with Deathglow attacks her. This, where was it? This does the same thing, only it stays out. So it's actually better than Defender, or the Shield Maiden, excuse me. It's just a good card. It's obviously limited, but it's just a good card. I really don't have much to say about this, other than the fact that I kind of wish the quote unquote red shirts were more prominently featured, and maybe you work with what you got, right, in terms of art. But the Ravager red shirt, and then he's the one on the front of the Ravager red shirt. Oh, it is like a surgical scar. I don't know if it was like a tattoo or something like that. I mean, hell, it might be a tattoo. Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of all I got to say about that. It's just a simple card. Jackpot. Love Jackpot. This is, I didn't have a lot of luck today with it, but when I had it on Havoc stream, it was so valuable to double up. If you double up a double resource card, like if you have this and Tale in your hand, great, excellent, fantastic, no notes. Or this and this is while you work, and then you like twirling and whirling or something like that, or you invest, excellent. I just think it's a really good card. Yeah, that's about it on that card. It's just really, really fucking good. The events. Let's start with the Fight Dirty Deep Cheap Shot. I love them both. If you know you're not going to get a ton of value out of Twirling and Whirling, these are the preferred cards. If you think Twirling and Whirling will get you a ton of value, then that's the better card. I think they're just both excellent cards. I think it's good that there's only one of each. But yeah, I mean, they're just fucking awesome cards. Tough Mother Lover is a card that I'm kind of mad on. Spend 1 resource, get a tough is, it's just good. But it's rare that I'm ever going to want to have the Yaka arrow in my hand to draw a card off of it. All I'm essentially getting at that point is I'm just getting 1 card back from this card and the other card that I have to spend on it that are now out of my hand. I don't value it too much. I think it's meh. And then if you have an enemy with piercing, then you're getting nothing out of this. Like Crossbones, I didn't give a shit about this card with Crossbones. Claw, yeah, obviously I liked it with Claw. It had value with Claw. This While You Work. It's just a really good card. I really like this card. I really should just rename this tier to either I really like these cards or strong cards. I think it's just a really good card though. I would say on a strength scale it's between S and A. It has the added utility of being double resources so that it can help you with invest or can help you bounce with twirl and whirling. But at the same time, the text on it's also really good. It can help you. There have been games or times I've used it to like bring it back to my identity, so I deal 1 damage as it leaves a villain, and then it heals me for 1. and then a Twirling World to ready Tale and Yondu, move it back to the villain, and then I can continue on with my turn like I normally would. It's just a really good card. Twirling and Whirling. This one hits or misses a lot. It's, in my opinion, it's just good. There are times where it feels great. There are times when it doesn't. It's just kind of in your hand for a little while. Um, a lot of times it's getting overshadowed by take that. Why would I want to move the upgrade when I can just smack where the upgrade is at for 7 damage? Um, why would I want to move the Akka arrow when I can fight dirty or cheap shot where the arrow is? It is a good card in a pinch if I don't have any of those cards in my hand. If I do have it, then I don't really care about it. There are 4 of them, so I can look at it as a resource card to help pay for take that or pay for these two. Um, I find Whistle While You Work more valuable because that at least gives me, if I exhaust Tale to move it the first time, then I whistle while you work to ready Tale and then move it again. And then I'm at least getting 2 uses out of it essentially. Twirling and Rolling kind of fails a little bit, but at the same time, it is a really good utility card. There's not much to say about it. It's just kind of okay. Um, I wish it did something more, but at the same time, what more could you ask it to do? It's if you gave it any additional text, it would go from being good to overpowered pretty much instantly. Um, if you, yeah, I mean, if you gave it a cost and then tried to make it stronger, it wouldn't feel good. It has to be what it is, and it's kind of stuck where it is. That's kind of what I feel about that. His nemesis and obligation. Let's see if I can find those real quick. Sword, gun, arm, Savric. That I don't think the other 2 came up. There's this obligation because I think I ended it like immediately after. Um, I am a person who likes all cards to be named, not just ones that get searched for. So I'd love to see these cards get named. I personally also don't know why people don't name all the cards. If you're going to name some of them, why not just name all of them? It's not that time consuming, but to each their own, I guess. I don't take points off for people not naming all their cards. Um, Banished is a pain in the ass. I think it needs to be what it is, though. I really like it. I'm not a big fan of the art because he looks like a child. um, the art is really weird, but at the same time, I mean, it's showing exactly what it is, I guess. Actually, it doesn't even really resemble that he's banished. It's just that his Tale has been destroyed. Do they? Is that? I don't know. I don't know the lore. I think Havoc might have mentioned it that Tale is part of his Ravager thing. So if he gets banished, he would technically lose Tale. So actually, I guess it is fine. It's just weird art to me, a little bit. Um, Savric. I like Savric. I like the sword gun arm. He's a bit easy to deal with, but he also cancels out uh, you using the Akka arrow on him, or at least you only use it on him once, because then it is gone. Um, I like the sword gun arm. I think it's cool that it leaves after he takes X damage. But all in all, he's pretty fucking easy to deal with. Banished is so mean that his nemesis being a little bit weaker feels weird. Price on your head, it feels like a good card, but then again, Savric is pretty fucking easy to deal with. These might be harsher in solo play, where you don't have somebody else that can help with damage. Then I can kind of see where these are a bit rougher. but I don't think they're overly difficult to deal with. It's only 4 threat. It's only 4 health, or 4 threat. It's 2 per person threat. You can see these being more painful, or at least this being more painful in more players, and this being more painful in solo play. That's just kind of what all allies and side schemes are at that point. Hard to kill. Savric's in play heals 2 damage, otherwise summon him. Okay, I guess that is where Savric kind of makes up for it, is because he has these cards that always get him in play. And then if he is entering play, so is the Sword Gunner. So actually, I do see a bit of a reason why he's easy to kill, which is convenient because it says hard to kill. He's just easy to deal with because he's going to come back. He is William Afton. He always comes back. All in all, aesthetically, the set looks great, even if I do have mild issues with Banished. You can tell that these are from different sets, but I don't hold that against people. Or not different sets, different comic runs. Again, I don't hold that against people. I know some people will have a lot of issue with it. I don't care about that. What's the next one? Theme. Again, I don't really know too much about him. I know his movie counterpart, and that's it. I think in terms of his movie counterpart, he really plays a part. Materials, it's all here. Again, I wish you would have named all your cards, but that's fine. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with materials. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 on aesthetics. 10 out of 10 on theme, I feel. Mechanics. The mechanics of the entire deck run through his Yaka era, essentially. And, well, not just the Yaka era, but having resources to spend to either bounce the Yaka era around or to invest. I'm not a big fan of Ravage, though I can kind of see why. I'm just not a big fan of it. Tough Mother Lover is fine, but it kind of strays a little bit away from the rest of the cards. I mean, thematically, I think it's fine for his character from what I know about him, but it doesn't feel like it's thematic to the rest of the deck. The only thing that's thematic about it is the Yaka arrow in hand draws cards. So mechanics, all in all, feel great. Even if a couple cards don't mechanically fit in there, there's nothing wrong with anything. Everything works. It makes sense. It reads. Everything's easy to understand. There's no difficulty in playing him. He's mechanically sound. Even if Ravage is a bit off. Like 9 out of 10, I think I would say on that. That's next. Balance. No, yeah, balance, because fun factor is last. Balance, I think he's extremely balanced. He can hit hard sometimes, like the Fight Dirty and Cheap Shot, hit like a truck. Take That is not an issue because that's not even his card, but it helps out because he has a Yaka arrow. Nothing in his deck feels overpowered. Nothing in his deck feels weak. Though Tough Mother Lovers is going to suffer against people like Crossbones or enemies that can easily get piercing out. That's just like Colossus is a great character. Colossus will get destroyed by piercing. That shit just happens sometimes. It doesn't mean he's a weak or bad character, even though I'm not a fan of him. Balance, yeah, I'd say he's 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. He's somewhere in that range. I mean, I really can't think of anything about him that's unbalanced or weak or anything like that. Fun factor, I think he's extremely fun. I think he's a bit limited to where he's almost certainly going to want to play aggression. If you're not playing aggression, because you have an upgrade that's attaching to enemies. Aggression loves that. There's no other aspect that loves that as much as aggression does. So he kind of gets into the aggression, which kind of hurts the fun factor a little bit. I could see him playing. I could see playing other aspects. Leadership, not so much. Protection, I don't even think protection would work really well for him. Justice, maybe a little bit, but aggression is definitely seems to be. I didn't even notice I had these in my fucking hand this whole time. Aggression kind of seems to be where he's going to go. I think, but that being said, I think he's an extremely fun aggression deck. He can hit like a truck. It's fun to bounce things around. I had fun. I know, no, it's against my personal rules to compare one user created content to another user created content in CAS systems, at least. But it's appropriate because they play similar. Is Kaji's Red Guardian with a lot of bouncing the stuff around. I think Havoc brought it up in his stream 2 days ago or yesterday, whenever he did his. That you're going to bounce where Red Guardian was bouncing the shield around everywhere to get his effects. You're bouncing the arrow around everything. It's fun. It's a fun mechanic. I had a lot of fun with Kaji's Red Guardian. I had a lot of fun with this. Should it pass? Should it get sealed? Yes, absolutely. I really don't see anything wrong with this deck. I don't see any reason why I'd want to keep it away. I didn't notice any grammar issues that would debilitate it. I didn't notice any. I think the only thing that I'm not a big fan of is the small ass headshot, but that is what it is. It's nothing to be a big deal about. Anyways, that's going to end my stream there. I took a 40-minute stream and turned it into an hour and 44. Of course, I played another game, so that always helps. So, with that being said, have a good morning / night / day, wherever you may be. Take care of yourself because the world is a dangerous place. If you want to check out more custom content, like DesignHacker, BlueHG's, Yondu, my M, which I'll probably post soon. I think she's in a good spot. Tuna's Diva, Captain Scorp's also Bloodstone, and Blast Major Victory, Black Cat by Odysseus, or any of the ones that I have not gotten to in an official playtest capacity, except for the mask. I've actually done the mask. This is Spice Smooth and Manny. You can check out our community Discord server, which I'll have a description, a link to in the description of this video on YouTube. If you want to check out more streams like this one live, which would be weird to have an audience. If you want to check out my streams, though, you can check them out at twitch.tv/theactualjackson. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Helps the channel grow. So, with that being said, take it easy. Ciao.